So this week's video is about an article that we read that was in response to the Dennett article last week. And this one was a little less far-fetched because it talked about how the military used basically a prosthetic skin to put on a robot so that a person could control the robot from far away, and also eye cameras and other things like that, because they realized that they couldn't use a human body because even the tissues of the human body would decay even if the brain wasn't there. So this one seemed a little less far-fetched because it seems like we could really do this type of technology where we control like a robot with our mind. And the problem that the person in the story had with it was that he couldn't tell which body was his. He didn't know if he was the robot or if he was himself, because his brain was linked to the sensory information that was happening on the robot's fake skin, so he didn't know where he was, and that caused a problem for him in an identity crisis. Which that's a really weird concept, and I'm not sure if I would be okay if that happened to me. And it's an interesting thing to think about, because I don't think that scientists do think about that when they're designing these robot arms and things, because in a video we watched, they're talking about how they created a system for a monkey to control a video game with its mind. So it controlled a robot arm that moved the video game. So we actually are progressing towards this kind of technology, but we really do have to think about these philosophical questions with technology, because we don't know what's going to happen, and we need to be ready for these situations where our mind is disconnected from our body, because our mind isn't necessarily attached to our body, it's just a process in the brain.